Peace and blessings, family. I am ChiVital, aka King Chi, and I am back with another tool for your toolkits and how to create your lives. Today, today, we are moving into the fourth segment of Limitless Living for 2024. It is definitely going to coincide with the new moon information, so you don't want to miss this live. As you tune in, don't forget to drop some hearts in the chat, but I also want to see those skulls because we are going into the underworld for this crossing. Peace, peace, peace. Y'all, it's cold outside, but the sun is not playing games with me. Okay? Telling you, it feels like 100 degrees right now. Peace and welcome, Jonah. Welcome, Ashanti. Welcome, Evergreen 509 High Monk. What up, y'all? Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's not playing. Hell is hot. All right, y'all. So I want to do a quick recap for those of you who are just tuning in. Thank you, Arika. Thank you. For those of you who are just now tuning in and you probably missed the first three videos, I'm just gonna do a recap so you know that you need to go back, rewatch those videos, and make sure you get it in because tonight we're moving into the new moon. Okay. And you want to be prepared for that energy. All right. And look at that. We got this new moon, 111, right? 111. So let's look at that energy. First, we started off with um, embracing the ugly. And I think I'm going to change the title to witnessing the ugly. I'm going to do something with the titles because as we move through this energy, it is a channeled flow of information and rituals that have been given, practiced, and they are original content that are connected to these spirits that we're talking about, right? In particular, we've been talking about Mars, we've been talking about Erishkigal, we've been talking about Venus, we've been talking about death, we've been talking about the underworld and those rites. We've been talking about the new moon. We've been talking about Capricorn. We've been talking about cardinal signs. We've been talking about the crossroads and the newness that is available to us, right? Are you with me? And before we even engage with the underworld, I gave you all the ugliest assignment. The very first thing I wanted you to do was I wanted you to get comfortable with ugly. All right. And you all did such an excellent job in sharing the pictures of these real life, like monster looking things, right? Um, that are here with us. Now, I don't know if you took the time to find out more about them and to engage in the behavior of them by reading about them, which is another very occult practice in healing. And thank you, in healing, um, is connecting with the different creatures that have their own medicine available to you. Okay. I spoke with you all about getting comfortable with the ugly that you see in these creatures, but also the ugly that you see within yourself. What we recognize through what we should have recognized and extracted from that experience is that we very much have a very beautiful external aspect of ourselves. And then underneath that skin, that layer of earth, that body, we have aspects of ourselves that are not so beautiful. They exist, they're a part of us, but we keep them hidden. All right? We keep them hidden. And at the point in which they are recognized and integrated, they're no longer even shadows. They are parts of us. It's like, for the women out here, right? It's like having your comfy drawers that you put on when you just gonna be stretching and you in the house and you're not feeling like getting sexy, right? They still your drawers. They still do everything that you need them to do and give you extra comfort and let the thing breathe. Okay, so we're getting comfortable with the ugly. We also want to get comfortable with the ugly because if we're not comfortable with the ugly, we're not able to witness it. And what happens to what we don't witness? What we don't witness. What does it mean to witness? Some of y'all have come from the church, right? And they're like, can I get a witness? You have all of these wonderful things happening and you have all these terrible things happening. But what is so important about the aspect of witnessing? Let me see what you all think. All right, because this is a recap, even on the first video, of witnessing the ugly. Let me get some more thumbs up, y'all. Thumbs up this video. Share it. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the House of Chi. Please subscribe if you want to continue to get this wonderful content, one of a kind content. Okay. I love these answers. So we have Jonah says you get to experience it, right? Ashanti says you're not able to recognize your growth if you don't witness it, right? You're not able to extract from it any of the jewels. And we're going to the underworld not just to go and like go on a tour and have someone walk us around like it's a museum, because it's not. It's a dangerous place to go to. I talked about that in the earlier video, which I should learn to tag some of these relevant videos here. I'll get there. You bear with me. Stick around long enough, it's gonna get fancy over here. Right? But another answer that I love, I want to make sure everyone gets their love. Evergreen 509 High Monk says, when you see it, you know it, you feel it, and you're a part of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes. Okay? When you're able to witness or be witnessed, then you're able to reconcile. And that's part of the integration process. All right? So that's just like a short little cap on the first video. The second video, we moved into death, getting comfortable with that transformation, getting comfortable with that letting go, getting comfortable with that surrender to control, that surrender um, to endings, to the possibility that things will never be the same ever again. Okay? These are the mysteries. Death is a major mystery. Death is a mystery. And it's kept that way for most people. Because most people dare not go to the realms where they may not be able to return. Okay? Not everybody has that inanna in them. Right? So, we get comfortable with death. And I talk a lot about that in that video. About witnessing yourself again in all of the things that come with your transformation. You can't have the transformation. You can't have the new without that death. But here's the other part. Here we are. Okay? Okay, we're moving into um the next stage of death. What is this, y'all? What is this? What is this? When we see women dressed like this, what is this? Which part of it? Which part of the entire process is this? And who gets to wear the veil? I want to see if y'all really tuning in. Who gets to wear the veil? And why is the veil so sacred during this process? Evergreen, you're getting close to it. You're getting close to it. Y'all remember in the last video, I talked about how much pain can you take? The pain game is the grieving. It's the grieving. The ones who wear the veil are grieving. And they're grieving because they are the witnesses of the trueness of the death. No one's wearing a veil and grieving if you're not truly dead. And there's a mystery, there is another degree in being able to grieve. See, some people shy away from that part. They'll go, yeah, okay, I'm cool with the death. All right, it's cool, right? And then they pack all these other feelings and all of that around the death. And they don't actually complete the rite. You understand? There is a completion to that rite. Death is not the final part. Before we get onto the new life, we have to be able to witness and experience the intensity of the loss. The grief is very important. If you do not move through that part, you will not be granted your return to your new life. What happens in the descent of Inanna? What happens right before she's actually released? She cannot be released until the very intelligent, right? The demons are very intelligent. They go down there to go and retrieve Inanna, but they can't just go down there badass and snatch up Inanna's skin and revive her. They cannot. They cannot. Who's familiar with the story? What has to happen before this release and return to the world, to the scene, the seeing world occurs? What happens? I got like 5 minutes left for y'all. The most powerful, threatening, scary goddess in all of Sumeria is doing what when those demons appear? It's supposed to be a funeral, right? Inanna goes down there. Inanna goes down there, right? She goes down there to attend the funeral. But she cannot look at it, right? I already told y'all that. As far as I'm concerned, these energies are not just sisters, they are an integration. And they are the limitless together. Not one is better than the other, but together. And somebody said something so key in the chat. What they said, Arika said it. Arika said it. Here we go. She said, my grandma always wears the veil. What? Say that again. The grandma, the crone degree. They are able to grieve beautifully. Ain't none of those elders sitting over there at the funeral afraid to wail and mess up their makeup. They got everything they need to grieve. Now, we all know that some people are putting on, so they do like the extra, right? But that's besides the point. We're talking about this final degree before you can have the new life. You have to grieve. You have to feel the pain. You have to, it doesn't, what are you letting go of? What death are you witnessing if there's no grief behind it? You're faking. You didn't go deep enough. And when you meet with the Rishkigal, if you're not brought to your knees to witness her grief, with your grief to share in that, you get no wishes, you get stuck there. And that is where most people get stuck. The letting go is grief. In Chinese medicine, grief is letting go. You know that? Death is not the letting go. Death is a process. Death is a process. Understood? Press 1 in the chat if you catching all of these degrees. So I want to return to the fact that we're not going to skip this funeral, because the new moon is definitely going to be a special, special type of energy. And we're not skipping the funeral. We're not doing it. If you watching this right now, we're not doing it. If you didn't catch some of them squares this week already, where you had to cry, you had to purge, you felt uncomfortable, your body hurt, and you just wanted to scream. If you have not experienced that yet, and you say you're doing this work, I don't believe you. I don't believe that you are really connecting to the crone, the throne, and the underworld. You're connecting with a goddess. You're going to feel the current of the underworld moving. If you don't feel it moving, and I don't care if you have a penis, you still have Shakti within you. If you don't feel the current moving, I need you to go deeper. Stop trying to just, okay, I'm going to change my beard. Oh, you know what? I'm going to lose 5 pounds. No, no, no. Go deeper. Like, I'm going to stop being a broke nigga. You know what I mean? Like, why am I doing that? I'm going to stop living in my mom's house. I'm going to live like a king for real, and do what it is to work to be that for the sisters. I'm going to stop complaining about, but this one, that one, that one, when I keep on choosing it. What is that? What is the settling? Go deep. Go deep and cry. Go deep and scream. Go deep and punch your bag. Go deep and kick some shit, right? So in the grieving, we need a place to grieve. And Irkala, right, is our place. Right? Right? Irkala is our place. So how are we going to build it? How are we going to build it? How are we going to build it? I want you to go and gather you some leaves. It's still some out there. It's winter. And it ain't been too harsh. So we still got leaves on the ground. I want you to go and gather some leaves, some dead leaves, some sticks. And if you really, really want to get on your creativity, because I told y'all want to make sure that y'all connect that current. Okay? So get as creative as possible. You want to go get some sticks and make your skeleton instead of going to Hobby Lobby and getting a skeleton, a wooden skeleton, or going to wherever else you can go get a wooden skeleton on Amazon or whatever, right? You can get some sticks, you can tie them together with some little string thread and create your skeleton. But this wood element, some of y'all might be like, well, see, y'all haven't asked me all of the deep questions, but I'm going to go ahead and ask them out loud like it's one of y'all, okay? Well, King Chi, I find it very interesting that very specific detail. You told us to bury the things that we wrote down that we want to develop and we want to have. Usually, we're burying things to kill it, and we're in the underworld where things die. I want to understand why we're not burying the things that we don't want. Simple answer: when you look at the Egyptian rites of death? Do we bury the king with his debts and his shitty furniture? Or do we bury the king, the pharaoh, with all the good shit he wants for the next life? Which one is it? Because you better not bury me in no raggedy taggedy, what I would have threw out before I died stuff. Because if I decide that I'm coming back with all the things that I desire. That's why I'm telling y'all, at this crossing, at this real new beginning, this time you are burying something that is biodegradable, that you're going to watch decompose. It's going to literally die, not plastic. Okay? It's going to literally die in the earth. And I didn't tell you go take it to the cemetery. I told you to nurture it in your house, or if you have a yard, in your yard. Nurture it. Bury in that the seeds that have the highest vibration. If you can't handle growing some roses, look up the seeds of a flower or a tree or a house plant that has meaning, that connects with what you are going to be crowned with when that thing starts to bloom. There's some crazy, amazing, phenomenal magic at the beginning of the year. Who gonna stop you when you've already witnessed your own funeral? You've grieved it, and you've earned the gift of the rebirth, the resurrection. You get it now? So gather your leaves. I want to see your little placemat, okay, of dead leaves and sticks, and throw a pine cone on that. Y'all don't miss none of the symbols. If you did your homework and you watched Guillermo's Pinocchio, you heard what the grandfather said about the pine cone. He said, don't let anything be missing. It needs to be perfect. I'm just saying. That's all I got for y'all. Thank you to those of you who've been a part of this. Shouts out to everybody who has snatched up that Cyber Monday sale that was sitting up there. Y'all smart. Okay. Have a fabulous day. I want to see your homework posted. These lessons are totally too rich to pass by. Shouts out to the Astro University who got some other high magic behind the scenes on the Patreon, HOC Patreon, and it was shared to the Discord family because y'all already know y'all gonna get the best of the best, right? Peace, love, and bliss. I love y'all. I will talk with y'all soon. I'm out.